I want all of you to imagine something. Sitting on the sidelines of a wrestling mat, observing the training session and almost 15 to 20 wrestlers training. You are there for almost 2.5 hours and you just turn around to take a sip of water. You lift your head up to take that sip, and in a split second, you see three wrestlers on the floor. One howling, holding their ankle, one holding their elbow and looking at you in extreme panic, and the other one with a split right above the eyebrow. What would you do? I am a sports physiotherapist, and I was in this exact situation. I had only a couple of seconds to handle, triage, and manage these injuries. I think I managed them pretty efficiently. However, somebody quietly and in a very astonished tone asked me, "Are you trained to handle these kind of emergencies as well?" Well, as a sports physiotherapist, it does not mean only managing injuries or creating rehabilitation protocols. It truly means being prepared to make life-changing decisions under pressure. What I did on ground today and that day, I think it was very decisive for the athletes. When we think of sports, what do we think? Sheer grit, shattered records, pushing beyond human boundaries. Sports is the epitome of resilience. But what is resilience really? Scientifically speaking, when we talk about tissue resilience, we talk about the ability of soft tissues like your muscles, tendons, ligaments, the ability to handle stress and load effectively through adaptive processes. If I translate into athletic terms, it means handling stress without the internal environment changing. And if I simplify it, it means you are unshakable. So let me invite you to step behind the scenes with me to look into the bold journey from my perspective, where I don't look at victories through medals won, but by daily triumphs. The role of a sports physiotherapist goes above and beyond just the technical competencies. Sometimes we are the confidant, sometimes we are the crisis managers, and sometimes we are the punching bags. But all these stories, all the sports, they are not just played on the field of play. The preparation starts much before. It starts in the gym, in the ground, on the treatment table. We have late night sessions, a lot of conversation about performance, anxiety, and through extreme fatigue of the entire support team. The world cheers for a gold, but jeers at a loss. That's the truth. But behind every medal or every loss, the story is the same. As a sports physio, for us, it goes as endless treatment sessions, managing pains and niggles every single day. We have to ensure the training load is perfect, have a periodized planning, do our treatment protocols, rehab protocols, ensure the athlete is at their best every single day. Every single day. Consistency. And that is the invisible support behind almost every story. So let me take you behind the scenes of Paralympics 2021. A very, very special athlete, Mr. Singraj Adana, a wonderful para-athlete who fought every adversity, physical, mental, health, and he learned to become the best para shooter in the world. He had just come to the Games village after winning the 10-meter air pistol event, the bronze medal. He steps down, falls, and injures his foot. Not out there in the media. Nobody knows. He has another event 3 days later. With dread in his eyes, he expresses that he wants to compete in that event, and he has trained very hard for that. This was it, that is what he asked. As a sports physio, I had to do everything by the book possible to ensure that he is on his feet that day. A very minor contribution, not a major injury, minor contribution. However, with the support of his entire team and all his training, he goes on to win the silver medal in the mixed 50-meter air pistol. He comes back with 2 medals. And a small thing, what he says to me: "Thank you for being there." Priceless. It was priceless for me. A lot of athletes have mentioned to me that we know we can go all out and give it our best, knowing that you are standing right behind, in the exact words, because you are there to take care if anything goes wrong physically. Trust. It turns fear into confidence, hesitation into boldness. It is not just about the skills. It is about creating a safe space for the athlete where they know if they fall, you are there to catch them. It could be the physio, it could be the coach, it could be the mental trainer, any of the support system. It happened to be me. I was lucky. However, not every story ends in a triumph. A world champion boxer, the best of the best, MC Mary Kom, one of my favorite athletes whom I have worked with, fails to qualify for 2016 Rio Olympics. The loss was raw, public, and painful. An athlete who is an inspiration to many till date stood tall, and I witnessed the saying: "A true champion is someone who can handle defeat with grace." Many said she's too old for the sport, very tough for her, recovery is going to be difficult, a lot of things. She proved everybody wrong, fought hard, trained hard, 2 years down the line, got her 6th World Championship medal. After the win, during the celebration, she hugged me and whispered in my ears, "Thank you for believing in me." Sometimes the quietest support makes the deepest impacts. Then another part of my story comes, which was very, very public. It is still there in the news articles. It was about one of the topmost wrestlers, an inspiration to many women wrestlers in the country, Miss Vinesh Fogart. After multiple requests, I couldn't find space for myself in the Olympic team to travel with her. I had worked with her the entire Olympic cycle. She had a complex medical condition, which we had managed fantastically over the years and managed to win many medals. However, I was not there. Not that I may have made a huge difference, but that is what they say about the team. All pillars are required for a team to succeed, and an athlete's win is that of a team. She called me from there. I tried to manage on the phone, but it was not enough. We had some fantastic people there, physios there. Somehow it didn't work out. We had a conversation where she said, "I wish you were there." Those words, till date, weigh very heavily on me. The what if always remains. She still continues to be an inspiration to many, with being so resilient after so many injuries and setbacks. I think she has done fantastically well to become the torchbearer in the sport. Endless work, long travels, missed meals, learning, long nights, everything slowly and steadily took a toll on my body. As I was managing the athlete's ecosystem, I was struggling with my own autoimmune issues. There were days when my strength faltered, but my spirit couldn't afford to. The athlete's trust became my fuel. I learned over the years, almost 15 plus years of my journey, that resilience is not about perfection. It is about showing up again and again. Then in 2023, my journey shifted. I had a back surgery, a major surgery. I couldn't get up, I couldn't sit, I couldn't lie down, I couldn't turn. Suddenly, I was on the other side of the table. I needed a plan, I needed assurance. I had a fantastic team, my husband, a sports medicine doctor, and my wonderful parents. As I said, you need a team for every victory. And my wonderful dog, my daughter, Stephanie. She ensured my rehab process is very, very smooth. I had to trust the process as I told every athlete. I had to take a page out of the athlete's playbook about patience, hope, and consistency. It is all about consistency. Today, I'm able to stand in front of you confidently, fit, and have the ability to go into the gym without fear and perform deadlifts. That is the power of sport. The journey from injury to inspiration is not one that is a straight line. It is a long road built with trust, consistency, and an unshakable mindset. I have seen all sides of the stories. I have seen the joy of the flag rise and also the pain of the defeat, all holding the same place in my heart. So every time you look at a medal or a loss, I would urge you to look closely, because behind all of these are a story behind these quiet steps. All these quiet steps are leading to each of these bold journey, whether they are a loss or a medal one. Thank you very much.